Yo, what is up guys? It's Pedro here, and today we got the final injury report for the Washington Commanders and Chicago Bears Thursday night matchup, and it is a big one. If you guys are new, subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. It takes a couple seconds and it really does help out a ton. Also check out Mojo and BetUS, links in the description. And I likely will be streaming later today around 6:30, maybe 7 to preview the Washington Commanders versus Chicago Bears Thursday night matchup, and the game will be tomorrow 8:15 FedEx Field. I will be there. Weather should be good. If you're going to be there, let me know. Maybe we can meet up. Should be a good time. Supposed to be a blackout, but Commanders injury update. So Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson are good to go, and Chris Rodriguez is still out or questionable with an illness. Was out last week. Questionable, so got to be something a little bit serious if he's, missing one, maybe 2 games for it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't want to speculate too much, but we'll see if he plays. It's not a big loss, but it is what it is. But Curtis Samuel and Jahan Dotson, those guys will be losses, but if they were out, but they're good to go. Jahan Dotson was, dealing with an ankle injury in the game. He had one, and you could see he was limping a little bit late in the game, but was limited, I think, the first 2 days and was full this Wednesday. He says Tuesday, but I'm not sure. I think he was full today as well if they practice, but they're probably not practicing the day before the game, so I guess he was full yesterday. And Curtis Samuel limited, but, there's a lot of times where he's limited and he's good to go. So the Commanders are relatively healthy. And, Logan Thomas, all the other guys as well, Benjamin St-Juste, Forbes, who are on the injury report, or not Forbes, Quan Martin, those guys are good to go. And Efi Obada, Thayer, and Mathis, they were eligible to, come off IR this week. Maybe they didn't want to do it because it's a short week. I think they, I don't really know how serious the injuries are because they haven't talked about it, but, they could have, if they're expected to come back in the next week or so, they could have, designated them to return so they could practice a little bit this week and not have them come back until next week. But hopefully that happens soon because they need some more help there, with the depth at the D-line because, Allen and Payne can't play all the snaps, because it's a lot for them to do. The Bears, why I talked about this being a massive injury update is they've got a lot of injuries. So Jaquan Brisker, is a good safety in this league for them. He is questionable with a hamstring injury, and this popped up on the injury report today, so that's something to watch out for. Chase Claypool is out with other. He's out just because he's that whole drama with the team. Probably there's a chance he gets traded, but likely getting released by the Bears, and he's like their number 3 receiver, but just a lot of drama there. He's a little bit of a diva there, so he's gonna, he didn't like how they were using him, and they didn't like his attitude, so they're moving on from him. Eddie Jackson out with a foot injury. He's a stud. He was an all-pro. He's still a good player. Tevin Jenkins, questionable with a calf injury. He did practice in full every day, but I was looking at some of the comments here, and, it's mostly walkthroughs of what they're saying, and some of these Bears fans think he could not play. They think he probably won't play. So that would be a loss for them on their offensive line. And then Jalen Johnson, he's a good corner for them. He is out with a hamstring injury. And then Kyler Gordon is out. He's on IR. And they have another cornerback as well on IR. So this secondary, they're very, very injured and they're very thin. So, yeah, I want to run the ball with Brian Robinson, but I would attack these corners. If Jahan and Terry can't beat these guys deep, I don't know what to tell you. This D-line also is not very strong. So, Sam Howell should have time, back there in the pocket for those routes to develop so he can throw a little bit deeper. So I think we should be fine in this game offensively. And really, the only 2 ways I see us losing this game. One, Sam Howell has a poor game and he turns the ball over a ton, which again, I don't think is going to happen. But if that happens, obviously we could lose. And then on the defensive side of the ball, if Justin Fields beats us with his legs, that's the only way I see us losing this game, is if probably both of those things happen. Because even if, Justin Fields beats us with his legs, we still should be able to somewhat limit them on offense and get enough points to win the game. But yeah, I'm feeling good about this game. It's not a 100% gimme game. This team's 0-4. They're not a good team. They're injured, but they're hungry, they're desperate, like they really want to win the game. You don't want to be that team that's 0-4, 0-5, and what? There's only 2 teams left with that record: the Bears and the Panthers. I believe those are the only 2 teams that are winless. So you don't want to be that last team that potentially goes 0-10 or even 0-17. Like that might be in their minds. So they're going to be hungry to win this game, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't win this game. And honestly, I would like it to be a blowout. I would like it to be 31-10. I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. What I want is a convincing game, like a game that throughout I'm not worried about at all. Like let's say a 24-10 game, or even like a 24-13 game, just a game that you feel good about the whole entire time. That's what I want. And then let's see other stuff. Talked about this in yesterday's video. Emmanuel Forbes, deactivated his Twitter account. Not a big deal. Hopefully he's just locking in for this game, and hopefully he's fine. A lot of people were, a lot of Eagles fans were harassing him after he was taunting AJ Brown and stuff like that. Not taunting, but he was talking trash before he got beat. And a lot of these Eagles fans, how they are. They're toxic. And I mean, all fans are, to a certain extent, but they go a little bit above and beyond, and they were, trashing him a little bit. And, Commanders fans are hard on him. I mean, I think everyone, said he's had a bad game, but some people are, giving him personal attacks, which, obviously doesn't feel great about. And so I don't know if he's, deactivating because he wants to lock in or because he just doesn't want to see his name, or both. And that's fine. I think it's a good decision. It's never a bad decision to get off social media. But yeah, I think that's it for today's video. We'll be streaming later today. Good news overall for the Commanders, on the injury front, and then Bears, bad news for them on the injury front with 3 somewhat key guys out, and then a couple other guys that are, questionable, that are key guys as well. So that's it for today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new, and peace.